Alright guys, welcome back to another recap, another green day. Recap's a little bit later than usual. I had some stuff to do after trading, so I traded about 2 hours, had to leave the house. And then when I came back, I was watching the France versus Morocco game. So just now doing my recap. France won. They're going to face Argentina in the finals. Hopefully Argentina takes it. And then I kind of hope Morocco gets third place because they played good, had a lot of chances to score. But anyways, back to trading. Green Day today, almost up 400 bucks on the day. Shorting account again, also another Green Day. So I'm going to show you guys those trades as well on the shorting account. For everybody that is new, or just a reminder to everybody else, if you guys watch my recaps, I try to do these every day. So every single day I put a recap, how much P&L I made on the day, what trades I took, why, and where I stopped out. But I also stream live every single morning, completely free, right here on YouTube and TradeCaster.com. That's a trading platform where you guys can go ahead and watch me trade there as well. Completely free. Cancel out the payment when you get there. But I got 100, 150 people every single morning, all just a big team calling out stocks, tickers, opinions, and just trading together, having fun. So if you guys want to do that, just hit that notification bell on YouTube. You guys will be notified. But the announcement is, like I mentioned on my live streams, all next week I will not be trading. I am actually taking a vacation week next week. I'm going to be up in the mountains, snowing, skiing, so no trading for me at all, no recaps, no live streaming. And then the week after that, it's going to be right after Christmas and then right before New Year's. So I'm going to be spending a lot of time with family. I'm not going to be at my actual house. I am going to try to trade, so I'm going to be taking my setup and trading over there, but I don't think I'm going to be streaming live. I don't think I'm going to be doing recaps. I just want to zone in, trade by myself, find the setups, just kind of zone in by myself, give myself a week of just trading like I used to, and then I'll be back for New Year's and just trade New Year's back again with the live streaming, still completely free for you guys. So enough of that. Let's get into today's trades. I'm happy with today's results. Penny stocks have been a little dead recently. I'm glad I got $300 off of IMMX, and NVDA. I ended up green like 16 bucks total. But I was up almost $200 on NVIDIA, and I ended up giving it back. So I guess I can start with that. So NVIDIA, I also took some shorting trades on my shorting account, which I will go over those. But I will show you guys the executions as well. So I'll explain them and show you guys the executions. So NVIDIA off the morning open, I had a level at 181.76, 78 that I was really had an eye for. And I really wanted NVIDIA to reject there. And kind of this, just my reasoning was just kind of looking at yesterday. We had a nice gap up. We kind of held it, pulled back to that low, kind of holding that 181 level. And then it tried spiking 3-4 times, yesterday at all day long. Tried spiking like 4 times. Around this level, and it just kept getting rejected. 181, 181, 181, 181, 181. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times this morning. Tried it to go up there, and that's when I was like, I'm not gonna stupidly jump into a 181 rejection. But if it starts rejecting this area, or if it reclaims this area, then I might be looking to get long. I might be looking to get short. So market open. It goes right up to 81. No entries yet. I'll show you guys I'll explain it, and then I'll show you guys my trade. So no entries there. It pushes up, and then it starts pulling back. And I saw this one candle, 2 candles, 3 candles, 4 candles. 4 candles, and it started holding that level, and volume wasn't growing, wasn't getting bigger. You can see those red candles, all equal value, all equal volume, and less than this push. So at this point I was like, you know what, I may be wrong, and I think we're going to reclaim this level and just push an NVIDIA a little bit higher. The daily was strong, and so I thought maybe the exhaustion was done. I thought the bull push was done, and I thought we could catch a sell-off. Yesterday was a quick rejection, so I thought another red day today for sure. But anyways, I took a long here. And they just absolutely instantly flushed on me. At that point, I was like, I'm wrong. I was initially right on the short. I'm wrong on the long that I took. I'm gonna cut this trade out. I think I went down 80 bucks right away. It was a small scale in, so I cut the trade out. I was like, this is a short. We're hitting low day. So I ended up chasing this. Switched my bias real quick. I ended up trying to sell on this push here. I wanted to scale in, and then if I got a tiny push back up to VWAP, played aggressively for the move down, take out low day, and then I guess I had this level here as well. I think also from yesterday. So that kind of double bottom there yesterday. And so and that was just like last second. Like I didn't have that one there. Anyways, I sell there, ended up making all that money back, and I think I got myself up after that about 150, maybe close to 200 bucks profit with that trade there. And here's where I ended up messing up because it came back up, and for one, I felt kind of dumb that I missed my trade. You know, I was short biased. I wanted to short it. Ends up going to that level. I don't short it. I go long. I lose money, and then I chase the move down. So when it got back up to this level, I was like, you know, for sure, double top. We also had that FOMC later in the day, so I thought we were going to be stuck, trapped in a range. I didn't think any of these stocks were going to make a nice move either direction. And so when I thought about that, I was like, we're literally going to go up and down, maybe slowly up, maybe slowly down, but I don't think NVIDIA is going to go one way or the other. And so when it started making this move here, I saw this 5-minute time frame. Don't ever take a trade by this saying, oh my gosh, 5-6 red green minute candles, I'm taking a trade long or short because this has to pull back. No, but I saw that 1 2 3 4 5 6 right up to double top, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to take a stab at it again at that 181 level, double top, kind of extended, a little bit of a nice push. It needs to pull back to VWAP. So I ended up taking a short here. That's where I got absolutely squeezed up here on this green candle. I ended up covering at the very top on that trade. At this point, I was down like 200. Like I added pretty aggressive here, added again, ended up getting squeezed, so I got out of that trade. I think at this one now I was down like almost 300 bucks on the day, so I went down like almost $400-$500 on that trade. I took some stabs here short. I saw this line in the sand there. I thought, you know, I don't think this is going to keep going anymore, so I ended up going short here. Paper cut out of that. Paper profit out of that. I just didn't like the push back down. It kept pushing back up, and so I made like a little bit of profit on that. Ended up missing that move, but then I was like, I was right the first time again. Missed a move, pulls back up, and this is a trade that I ended up taking again. Pretty nice. I shorted those two pops right there, added into it, I think, and then I got this very nice move down. I think I covered some right away, covered some down at VWAP. I don't think I had it covered down here. Maybe I did. And then I had my stop right here. I think at first I had it at 181.50, but I ended up moving it down just a tiny bit, just kind of where this level was. Ended up stopping me out right there and then continued to go lower. And then if I would have had my initial stop of 181.50, I wouldn't have even gotten stopped here. Obviously, I probably would have trailed it down, but I probably would have stopped out through here. But this thing ended up fading down after that FOMC. So I ended up getting all my money back and finished $16 profits. Good things there's no commissions, because $16 profits is $16 profit that I made on this stock. So that is that one. Another long that I took was RNA. RNA was a quick high day scalp. I think at one point I was up $150 on this one, but oh, actually, let me show you guys this so you guys know I'm not lying to you guys. So let me go ahead and do this, show my trades, apply, show you those NVIDIA trades, and then that way you guys can see exactly everything that I explained is exactly what I ended up playing. So there it is. There is my initial long, stopped out there, $80 loss. Chased it for the short side there, got that move down, covered. Paper cuts there on the short side, didn't include those. Here's the aggressive sell that I got absolutely squeezed on, so I sold, ended up covering up here. Paper profits, short, profit, and then here's a big one. I shorted, I added into that short, and then I got that very move down. So I did cover down there, and I had 75 shares runners there for the move down lower. That was that one. RNA, a little bit of a high day breakout on this one on the very last spike. So I had this kind of a downtrend here, and as soon as this thing broke out, it did a micro pullback there, just jumped in it for high day breakout. Kind of risky, but I got my money out the way. I was up 150 or something like that, but as soon as it started tucking back under the previous high day, I ended up getting out of that 60 bucks profit. I absolutely missed this one in the morning. I'm talking kind of fast and kind of loud this time because nobody's home and I can do this recap without having to bother anybody. So kind of flat top breakout there, never pulled back for me. I mean, I saw this thing and I waited. Okay, here, pull back, no. Here, pull back, no. Here, kind of, but it was already extended, so I didn't want to chase it. And then same thing here. So I didn't feel like chasing it. I know I probably chased literally the worst plays, but it was a chase with small size to get a quick scalp, not to catch a big runner. This one was not going to run another $2, $3, $4. It was just a high day scalp. This is one that I ended up taking short on my shorting account, and I'll explain it here for a second. I ended up taking an early short on this one, so I did take a loss. I shorted, let me get rid of these, show my trades now. So I ended up shorting there and there, and you know, with a stock like this, it's moving dollars. It's moving 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So it's gonna, and the fact that it was ripping, if it ripped, it could have ripped $1 per share. You know, it could have ripped $2 per share in a candle. And so I shorted there, shorted there. I was in profit for a little bit, and then the second this thing spiked, I think I had a stop right over high day just to quick get me out bell. And so I ended up stopping out, top tick this exit there. So I took a loss, and then by the time I noticed this officially was back end of the stock, you know, I could draw a trend line like this. It's back end. I could draw a trend line like this. It's back then, you know, push once, pulled back, pushed again, barely any higher. This is backside of the stock now. But it never gave me another entry. It never gave me another attempt to push higher. So I ended up not catching any of this here. And then once this thing tried to pop up here, I was a little late to click the sell button here. I thought maybe we do get another random spike back up here. You know, we kind of consolidated right over VWAP. Maybe some buyers got in here. Maybe this thing can push back up. But when this thing cracked right back down, I knew, you know, buyers just soaked this area, right? Buyers were buying here. Look at this bottom wick reclaim right there. I knew buyers were trying to push this thing back up and maybe get a next leg out of this. When this thing reversed right on them, I knew that everybody that was long here is going to have to stop out. So I ended up actually shorting this one again for that crackdown. Cracked their VWAP. I shorted it there. I covered, and then I mean, I don't know exactly where I covered on this one. So I covered 1, 2, 3, and then I covered, looks like I covered there, and then my stop ended up, I ended up moving my stop down on this one, and I ended up covering right about here on this pushback up. So I ended up getting most of my money back on this one. Now the one thing that I did do is on this one, I ended up playing it tiny size because I was experimenting with new routes, and so when I played it here the second time, I ended up doing a lot better than this time. And so I got that winning trade there. By the way, here is that chart. So here it is. You guys can see I ended up shorting on the way up and ended up top ticking my exit there, got out of it, and then I shorted on that crackdown, covered down there, and then my stop was right over all of these candles here, ended up pushing back up, and I got stopped out there. So there's that one, and then the other stock that I traded was IMMX, and IMMX on the long side I made $316 on this account. This thing, you know, put in a high, kind of sold off, reclaimed, try to reclaim VWAP, try to reclaim VWAP again, and then finally market over a reclaimed VWAP. At this point, this looked like a perfect flag to me. So here's a nice little bit of a pull. Here's a nice flag. I wanted this thing to pull back a tiny bit more, maybe down to 212 or something like that. But I ended up not getting a good dip to enter in. So the problem with this one was that I only got a starter in place. And, you know, I'm still trading small share size, so 1,500 is plenty. But usually, you know, these are the type of plays I would definitely would have clicked the 2,500 shares at least, and maybe a 5,000 share size on this one. You know, I could have taken 5K, maybe 7,500 shares when I feel comfortable, but I didn't this time. I took a starter there. I took a tiny starter, and then I took that starter again on that dip there to 219. Good fill. As soon as I got my starter in, this thing started scaling, started ripping out, broke this high day. I was pretty patient on this one to sell my initial share, so I didn't sell till 238. So after that breakout, and then I wanted to sell most of it up here at 250. I didn't get a good exit. 246 looks like on my highest sell. And then at that point, it looked like it wanted to consolidate again and rip out of 250, but to me, it just seemed pretty heavy there. So I ended up not even re-hitting this one at all. That was a one quick hit and take my profit, $316 on that one. This one ended up coming back up, but if you guys see the difference between this push here, I'm going to go ahead and take this out again so you guys don't get confused. If you guys see this push here, and then look at this volume, and then look at this push here, and then look at this volume, you guys see the big difference in lack of volume that it had. If we didn't break 250 with this amount of volume, if we didn't break 250 with this much volume, what was I going to think that in this push here with, you know, a fourth of the volume was going to work? So at this point, I was like, this ain't happening. So I ended up going short on this one. I think I shorted this third spike here. I didn't get a high fill that much because it was SSR, and so I ended up getting a lower fill. But I think I got like 239 average on this one. And on this one I was very patient. I think it helped that I had to leave the house because I ended up not covering more than I wanted to right away, but I got this crackdown. I got so excited. I came back. I covered some there, and then let me go ahead and pull this one up so I can also show you guys the chart. I ended up covering again, like I said, a little bit of impatience for me there. I covered more this spike here, pulled back down. I covered more right there at the high of that peak, and then I ended up getting my last fill down here like 177. So I covered there. Should have held a tiny bit longer. Would have gotten almost 15 cents more, maybe almost 20 cents more, but that's okay. So here's that chart for you guys. Let me go ahead and move it over. So right there, that is my initial sell on that stock, on that spike up. So on the next candle down, sold there. Got that very nice flush. Covered a little bit more. That's impatient me, you know, that's the same area. Why would I cover again? This, you know, I was gone for this whole time here, so when I came back I was like, oh, it's still lower, let me cover some more. Dumb me. And then I ended up covering fully out there at the end of the day, so that was a nice short there. That's it, guys, for this recap. If you guys like this recap, please hit the thumbs up on these videos, guys. I appreciate everybody that does, and I appreciate everybody that watches these videos. I think I'm over 2,000, or I know I'm over 2,000 subscribers, so I really appreciate all of you guys coming into these recaps, watching them consistently, leaving comments, leaving some likes. You know, it's going to slow down a little bit as I head into the end of the year, 2 weeks completely off, but I'm excited to start next year, guys, with you guys, and improve our trading. Other than that, guys, you guys have a good day. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow during the live trading session.